1932 would continue to see the rising star of Boris Karloff with films like The Mask of Fu Manchu. The film told the story of an Englishman's race to the tomb of Genghis Khan in order to obtain a cursed relic before the evil Dr. Fu Manchu does so in order to enslave the world. The film would also influence pop culture years later, as Stan Lee would use the look of Fu Manchu in this film for the look of Iron Man's The Mandarin during the 60s. The year would continue Karloff's streak with his famed role as the Mummy. Even in death, nothing would keep this universal monster from obtaining love, as its story would tell. This would also be the role where Karloff would shine more, as opposed to other previous features where he barely spoke. Often people think of his portrayal as Frankenstein's monster, but he only muttered and barely spoke in that film. In The Mummy, he is actually allowed to shine and even make his intentions known, making him more menacing than before, but slightly heartfelt since he only wants a bride once again. Karloff would then follow The Mummy up with The Old Dark House, a film about lost travelers in Europe staying the night in a highly dysfunctional family's property as the night gets worse and ends with fighting off a pyromaniac. I personally consider this the first horror film to feature a crazed family with no ties to the paranormal. Often people think of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with this, but given that the general idea is the same here and that it predates it by a good 30 years, I would say that this is the first human horror movie family. Join us next time as we take a look at the very first zombie movie down the road of horror.